Copeland. Georgetown fell on Marcus Derrickson, his first personal first on the team. Robert Carter Jr. shooting 2. Georgetown, 4, Devontae Smith-Rivera, and 24, Marcus Derrickson. Georgetown foul on Devontae Smith-Rivera, his first personal, 4th on the team. Georgetown foul on LJ Pink, his first personal, 5th on the team. Marcus Derrickson returns for Georgetown. Georgetown foul on Bradley Hayes, his first personal, 6th on the team. 33, Nyland Stone returns for the Terrapins. Maryland foul on Jake Layman.
And we welcome those of you on ESPN2 here to College Park, Maryland. It's Georgetown at Maryland in basketball, and that hasn't happened in 4 decades on this campus. 2 schools that are within a dozen miles of each other and rarely play. When they have played, it's been neutral site. It's a very passionate basketball area. Excited about this. That 3 ties the game at 14 from Devontae Smith-Rivera. Georgetown opened up 9-0. Then went the next 9 minutes, scoring only 8 minutes, scoring only 2 points. But that 3 ties the game at 14. Maryland's the number 3 team in the country. Georgetown picked 2nd in the Big East, lost to Radford in double overtime in week 1. On the opener for them, Mike Tirico, Dan Dockage with you. And they're watching Georgetown doing what they did earlier in the game as you rejoin us on ESPN2.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about early in the game. 9-0, you mentioned everything was a drive. Everything was north and south. At the rim, they stopped and went scoreless. Good move twice in a row.
Jake Layman, who's going to be such an important player for this Maryland team this Cole Fieldhouse, which has hosted the national championship, the former home of Maryland basketball, also hosted one of the most famous and transcendent college basketball national championship games, that Texas Western Kentucky title game, 1966. 5 black players, Texas Western winning the title. No good by Trimble, 31-30, minute 40 to go here. Melo just 1 of 4 on his free throws thus far in this first half, Dan. A lot of fouls on the Hoyas.
Well, it's like every time you get in transition when you're Maryland, you're going to get a bucket or a foul or both.
Trey Campbell 5 to shoot.
Look where the ball is.
Deep. Smith Rivera, no. Tchaikovsky goes up to get the rebound.
Checker was all over the place. He guarded 4 different spots right there and then came back down and got the rebound in traffic. If you're Turgeon, you've got to get Layman a bucket on the block if you can. He has a couple of different sets for that. Layman just needs to see the ball go through the bucket. I think he'll take off a little bit.
Shot clock at 10. Trimble trying to turn the corner. He rushed Smith Rivera and a turnover there. Smith Rivera has got to be careful with his 2 fouls. The best Hoya player. Didn't score in the first half of the loss to Radford. Turnaround hook in the lane by Bradley Hayes, who has given John Thompson III reason for hope that he'll get something out of that big man senior in his final year.
30 career points. 19 in the opener. Looks really good. They're really nice job of getting 2 feet in the paint, establishing deep position.
3 knocked down by Suleiman.
He's player of the game so far. I know Georgetown hanging in there with the highly rated Maryland Terrapins, but you take Suleiman, who's got 6 assists on top of buckets, you take him out, they don't have much.
Shot clock off. Derrickson will not count. Ruled it was late. As the half comes to an end, it was very close. Derrickson knocked down that 3. For the moment, we are full week of the season. A great way to have a high-quality contest to start the year.
Mike, we see so many different kinds of games this time of year. You know, you got the games going on ESPN on a neutral site. But what makes this spectacular is the crowd, the environment, and it's not a hatred, but it's a heated rival. You don't get that in a Maui or, great games, right, but you don't get the same intensity as with a crowd like this.
In these Gavin tip-off games we played on campus, you saw that stat reset for the first half. This is as even a game as you could possibly have. Trimble halfway down to start the second half. Back the other way, Bradley Hayes got the rebound. Devontae Smith Rivera, scoreless in the first half of the opening loss to Radford, had 6 in the first half here tonight. Diamond Stone, the stud freshman for Maryland, gets the rebound. Deflected out of bounds by LJP. Some of the guys who started elsewhere ended up here in College Park in a good first half, Danny.
Yeah, Robert Carter has been so impressive, and this game is not close if not for Suleiman on both ends. We see his assists, but man, he's been in passing lanes. He's given great energy.
Raymond didn't take the 3, comes in for the 2, and he got fouled. And he'll get a chance to get his first points of the night on the free throw line. The foul on Georgetown sophomore Isaac Copeland.
You know, Mike, over the course of the season, you and I talk about don't sulk when things don't go your way. Layman has missed badly, but he's also had a couple in and out. But man, as he played hard, he has rebounded, and instead of sulking, he's gotten more determined. So you say, his stats don't look good, but when you get more determined, you lift people up. When you sulk, you become a drag on everybody, and you have to have everybody rowing the same way in this game, both teams.
Jake Layman, our ESPN group, did a ranking of the best players in the country. He was listed 29th on that list. First team all Big Ten in the preseason. Hayes putting on some moves. His hook shot is no good. Weak side board cleaned up by a good-looking freshman, Marcus Derrickson out of Bowie, Maryland.
He is a great-looking freshman.
A couple of 3s down in that first half.
You know, Hayes put pressure on the defense. He went to his off shoulder, which is his left shoulder. He's not used to it, but man.
Suleiman along with a shot at pinballs. There it is. Saved. Great hustle by Copeland for the Hoyas.
This might be the first game Diamond Stone's ever played in where the team that he's playing doesn't care that he's Diamond Stone. You know what I mean? They don't care.
Oh, sweet move by Hayes. He couldn't finish inside.
He's a step behind in this game physically.
Carter's not. And it's going to go the other way. The charge is drawn inside by Smith Rivera, who was sitting on 2 fouls. And that is some toughness to take this big guy coming at you and step up outside the 4-foot arc and take the charge.
It was a great play by Smith Rivera. And I know he charged, but that was a great move by Carter.
Oh,
like he came down full speed, made a crossover. He just didn't get his body stopped quick enough to avoid the charge.
Some of those rule changes we've been pointing out. Inside Hayes, nice feed from the top by Copeland.
It'll be interesting to see how long Mark Turgeon sticks with Stone. He's not been effective at all on the offensive end. They're going right at him defensively.
A little Trimble, the sophomore, got pulled, and the foul was called on the drive.
Look, you see Stone right here. He's way too upright. You got to get down. You got to get spread out. When you're upright, you take bad steps. And when you take a misstep against a Georgetown team that is used to back cutting, you give up layups. All Stone's got to do is drop his rear end, get down in the stance, athletic position. He'll be fine.
As Trimble comes to the line, you're talking about Melo Trimble, the sophomore who was the star recruit Maryland was able to get before last season, had a great all-Big Ten conference year, and then Diamond Stone follows, and that's when you start to hit the magic. One big name comes, another big name comes. Now your program's got it, whatever it is, whatever the kids are into, and that's what Mark Turgeon is building here in College Park.
It's going to be interesting, I think, to see what Georgetown does and how Georgetown grows as well, because as we've mentioned, they've got a couple of really nice-looking kids, and Derrickson Peak is only a sophomore. Govan's a freshman.
It's a great game for their freshmen. An eye-opener, very tough spot to play. This is always a difficult building to come into. Difference right now at the free throw line. 8 more makes for Maryland. Georgetown's only been there twice. Good step by Smith-Rivera. Able to knock it down and put Georgetown back on top.
And they are yapping. Suleiman and Smith-Rivera are going at each other. Suleiman guarded him as well as he could be guarded. Smith-Rivera has been making those kind of shots since he was at North Central High School.
Stone is challenged and met at the rim by Copeland. Exactly what you were talking about, Dan. Boy is in transition. Nice feed, Smith-Rivera. Hayes inside. Couldn't finish. Oh, what a flush by Copeland.
Oh, man. I mean, hey, Hayes is just going right at him, running the floor. Didn't get the make, but he created enough chaos that Copeland was able to finish. It's a great game.
It really is. Carter feed inside. Layman working down low.
That's what you got to do. He's got to see it go in at some point.
Carter wants to go to the basket. Stone crashed the glass, and he's going to be called for the foul. And Mark Turgeon is trying to tell his guys, don't get too uptight.
When big guys run the middle of the floor right there, you see they just draw people. And Copeland kept playing. Robert Carter, number 4 in the white there, stopped. Look at Carter. He stops. You see Copeland go right by him. Telling you, big guys running the floor provide energy for your team.
Stone to the bench. That foul was his 3rd. He had 10.7 rebounds in the opening game. Victory over Mount St. Mary's that was a little tight in the first half, but became comfortable in the second half. Backdoor cut. No foul call. It should be foul Layman. That's a good job by Pat Driscoll. That's a good job.
Pat Driscoll had the same line of sight that you and I did, and he was waiting to see if the referee underneath the bucket called it. The ref was looking at something else. Driscoll made the right call. Pretty good pass, but right there he grabbed his arm.
He may have ended up getting the wrong guy because I thought Layman was the one who fouled. Layman those 5 fewer seconds on the clock.
I think in theory, yes, but I think against good guards, no. I doing games last year in the NIT where we had a 30-second shot clock and talking to everybody from coaches to players that played, myself, referees, it really didn't have an effect. Now, the theory is good, obviously, but if you have guards like these guys have being Maryland, you should be able to handle this. I don't think the shot clock has bothered their zone offense. I think their zone offense has bothered their zone offense.
Is this your first game?
It is.
You're in mid-season form.
Thank you.
That's why I love you, pal. Good to be back with you. 3 on Govan. Trimble has 13.
Don't go side to side, Mike. Can't. Look, it's all side to side right here.
So Copeland put it on the deck. Look at Hayes. Squeeze it and score.
The reason you go at the bucket like Copeland did is you draw all that defense, and now you've got a guy like Hayes that can clean up the backside. So that's exactly why you have to drive the ball.
You said it before, Bradley Hayes has very little offensive. He's got 10 points in this game, 19 and 12 in the opener.
Mike, I'm a huge fan of Bradley Hayes.
There's Layman with the punch and the foul.
Just that side ball screen, high ball screen, going left this time. You see the ball screen right there. And now here comes Trimble. He sits down nice. This is really good. This is the only offense they really have, they being Maryland against the zone. And it worked that time.
Georgetown starting to get in some foul trouble. Smith Rivera on the bench with 4. Govan with 3. Now Hayes with 3. Hayes almost picked up a 4 in the rebounding ruckus with Don. Georgetown opened 9-0. There was a series of runs in the first half. We ended all tied 33 at the break. 15-11 Hoyas in the second half. Spinning move by LJP. Couldn't get organized to get it off the glass, and Layman with the board for Maryland. It's the number 3 team in the country coming off a second-place finish in the Big Ten behind national runner-up Wisconsin last year in the conference. Layman flashed. Shot clock at 5. Layman the reverse. Hayes feeling it.
Good for him.
Absolutely.
You know what? Hey, the kid scored 30 points in his career. John Thompson, the third.
Okay, good. We'll see there. All right. Thanks, Scotty. Good to be in your old neck of the woods. Scott's famous line, everybody's from somewhere. This is part of his life. For all of us who enjoy college basketball, we are thrilled to get the season started and to see things like this. 2 rivals who have been close by and have not seen each other for a variety of reasons. This rivalry and the annual head-to-head has stopped. They've seen each other a couple of times in an NCAA tournament, a neutral site game. But it's the coaches, really, Turgeon and Thompson, who have been friends, Dan, who are the reason that these guys are back together and playing.
Yeah, and it was the reason that they didn't play going back a long, long time. And as we said at the top of the show, you know, everybody's got their own side of it, you know. But regardless, who cares? These 2 guys are friends. The game is on, and it's a ton of fun.
And they're going to play next year, whether it's a Gavitt tip-off game or not, and that will be at Georgetown. Copeland 3. That was off, rebound, good, strong go up and get it for Derrickson to reset. And he'll launch. I like this kid. Marcus Derrickson, the freshman.
What's not to like? He is just lifting up on the road and putting it right in Maryland's eye.
The other way, Jared Nickens is off. Carter got boxed out, but he was being held by Derrickson. The foul's called on Georgetown.
And this is pretty good. Derrickson just pops out. Carter kind of forgot the scouting report because this kid can shoot the basketball. Derrickson is known as a shooter first, everything else second. Carter forgot. They paid.
Already 9 team fouls on Georgetown, 5 on Maryland, with half of the half to still go. Carter missing that front end.
It's a confident looking group out here right now for Georgetown.
Tchaikovsky back in there, the 7-footer. He battles with Hayes. They let Hayes go. Tchaikovsky strips it away. Good spin by Suleiman to push. Layman finds Nickens.
That was fantastic defense, Mike.
Layman hit the 3. The recovery defense by Georgetown.
Really good, but better offense, as Mark Jackson says. Great defense, but better offense. They kept the ball moving. Got to look.
Derrickson going down low. Going to work on a big fella. Carter. Too much. for the board. Last touch by Georgetown as Caleb Johnson was out of bounds.
Maryland's picked it up a little bit here, and this kid's been a difference. He did not let Hayes, Chakowski did not let Hayes go to his left shoulder, and now after fantastic ball movement, but Georgetown played terrific defense. Maryland offense is too good. And again, they kept the ball moving side to side. And I can't say enough about Lehman, how he stuck with this game through some hard times early.
Ryan Williams to the bench for Georgetown. L.J. Peak back in. 9 minutes to go. Trimble. Triple. Strong rebound. Derrickson. Good when you roll in there freshman year looking like that. That body, that shot. Hayes. Oh, my. Beautiful. The drop coming left for two.
He has not shot but one shot going to his right shoulder. Everything has been in the lane, left shoulder. It was played well by our guy Checo. Hayes reacted. That's a great move.
Who's going to give Checo the bad news that we've adopted him already, huh? Good long year for the kid. Carter, Derrickson, verticality, kept his space. The three, Nickens, rattles it home. 1 point game. Cut. Foul call. As Peak went up for the dunk, they say Lehman got him, and they couldn't hear the whistle on this end as bodies are flying. Levin's pretty awesome. Kansas just finds a way, year in, year out. Of course, Mark Turgeon, very familiar with the pedigree in Lawrence. Back to his Kansas days.
And all these guys in college basketball, they've been in the Smith Hall of Fame. You got to take a look at Bill Self, don't you? I mean, he's straight, but he's up there with John Wooden's UCLA teams. He's pretty good company.
Of course, these schools have had legendary coaches. Lefty Driesell, who I know is watching. Gary Williams, John Thompson, who is watching his son's team in action tonight. As you come the other way, Georgetown will be called for the foul. Looks out if it's Hayes. That would be his fourth. The guy was giving them great offense inside. I believe it is. So it might be Hayes and Smith Rivera with 4. Pelicans, Thunder, Bulls, Suns. Your NBA doubleheader tomorrow on ESPN. It begins with countdown at 7:30 Eastern Time.
Are you doing both games?
I am not. I am not.
Okay.
My daughter has a basketball game tomorrow. I will not be broadcasting. Struggled for Maryland at the free throw line here tonight. They have missed 7. And Dan, it's going to be an interesting stretch of the game. We're at 7:45. And Smith, Rivera, and Hayes, the two best offensive things Georgetown is going, are both over there with Coach Thompson. For
at least pointing it out to everybody vehemently.
With a struggle at the line, he's missed 5.
That means he's got about a 30 for 30 streak coming through. Yeah, he does. He's that kind of shooter.
Freshman Govan is done. Trimble's got both. 3-point game.
Love this crowd. Best crowd in the Big Ten, in my opinion.
Push Carter. Push Hayes. Wouldn't allow him to clean catch. 8 fouls on Maryland, so we go for the 1-1. At the line with Hayes, who has not been there very much in his career.
Not a terrible foul. Well, Hayes has a decent-looking stroke, but really doesn't have any numbers to speak of. 5 for 9 in the first game.
1-1, just his 25th college free throw. The senior missed it. Maryland can tie with a 3. Trimble takes it. Makes it! New game at 61. They want to look at that and make greetings to folks as well. All the Maryland folks happy in that timeout. A 7-0 run in the last 33 seconds. That 3 was confirmed. Our game is tied at 61.
I thought that was the rapper Drake. I did. I thought it was Drake. You know, he's done cheering for Kentucky, so it came over here.
Hayes with the 4. Turnaround hook. Man. For Hayes is good.
Go to the senior. go to the guy that cares about winning the most in crunch time, and he delivered off his left shoulder. You can't let him go to that left shoulder.
19 in game 1, 16 in game 2. Suleiman.
You got to drive it here.
It's the right guy to have it with his hands on the wheel. Triple, the 5. Nickens, the fake, almost traveling. Hits the floater, tied at 63.
I thought Nickens had Carter in the corner, but a pretty good decision. Good offense by Maryland there. Kept the ball moving.
Smith Rivera, he's the go-to guy for the Hoyas, but Suleiman put him in a vice. It's knocked away. Suleiman takes it away. And it goes out of bounds off Suleiman. And Georgetown ball. Shot clock's going to stay at 15. No possession was gained by Maryland in that exchange. Layman, the 4 fouls back in for Maryland. Dodd will sit.
What a great matchup. Suleiman defending against Smith Rivera, particularly with Smith Rivera on the right side of the court going to his strong hand. Here it is, late clock. Nope.
Well covered. Wouldn't let him turn the corner. It's late shot clock. It's got to be Smith Rivera here on the spin. Blocked by Layman. Shot clock violation. The players keep going. They can't hear the whistle. Deafening in here.
Oh, man. Best crowd in the Big Ten, Mike. Got to be top 2 or 3 in the country. Got to be.
We're just challenging everybody for our chance.
Absolutely.
Tuesdays.
But you're going to have to bring it if you're going to match what's going on here. This is so much fun.
We're checking it out. Scott Johnson, our director, Bart Fox, our producer, Allison Williams will join us for our Super Tuesdays in the Big Ten.
Layman, 4-3.
And the lead! Smith Rivera wants to tie it. And he does! Timeout taken by Georgetown.
It is so tough to guard the high flare against Georgetown.
So great to see what local dislike can do, can raise the level of all involved.
These guys behind us, the reason I'm telling them to cheer, that's what college basketball is about to me. And they've been here for an hour and a half, 85 minutes on the game clock. These guys were here going crazy.
Final minute 50 of this one. Carter, tough shot.
Oh, wow. That time, Georgetown made the adjustment, Mike. They stayed with shooters. They were not going to go double. They weren't going to give up a 3, and Carter made a heck of a play.
Hayes and Smith Rivera have done the work. Derrickson, not afraid, and will come to the free throw line. Foul on Carter, who scored the go-ahead.
You see, nobody comes now. They stay with Layman. They fake a little bit, but they're staying with Layman. Nobody's coming. It's isolated. Carter just better offense against pretty daggone good defense. This is fun.
Marcus Derrickson knows all about the intensity of basketball in this area. Smoothly knocks it down. 2 Washington Catholic athletic titles along the way. In all 4 of his free throws.
It is to keep him out of a foul situation down here.
Each team with 2 timeouts left. Hello, Trimble wants it to the left. Layman in the corner. Rotation. Suleiman. Yes! A 3! No Smith Rivera on the floor here. And Thompson's got to tell his players to get the timeout call, because you can't call a timeout over there from the coaching staff with the rule change, and it took 4 extra seconds. Timeout, Georgetown.
Well, you called that exactly right, Mike. He couldn't hear. He couldn't get to his own player right. Stagnant. Pressure makes kids stagnant. You can't have it here. You got to keep your movement.
You know what else you can't do? You can't go offense, defense anymore with Smith Rivera.
No.
You got hurt here on this end.
Yeah.
He's got to play with 4. If you have to take him off a Trimble, you got to figure that out.
You got a minute, you put him on Nickens, and you figure it out. Exactly. You put him on a shooter.
Georgetown down 3. LJP couldn't turn the corner. Shot clock is at 8. Isaac Copeland to Smith Rivera, who's got some space. Went to Hayes inside. Late clock. Hayes. No. Rebound Dodd for Maryland. Clock at 15. Now again, Turgeon had to tell Suleiman to tell the official timeout. It's going to be an adjustment period, especially these first few months of the season.
School coaches, I know Morgan Wooden's son is coaching. Just so many fantastic programs, AAU programs in this area. That's going to make Maryland strong for a long time. It should be strong.
13 on the shot clock. Inbounded to Trimble, working on Peak. Clock at 5. It will be Trimble on the drive. Mellow Trimble. No rebound. Chase down. Trimble. Did he go out of bounds or a foul? He's fouled as he heads out of bounds. And I believe it might be, I think it's Smith Rivera. We'll see. On the push. It is. And that's his fifth.
You can't guard this any better than it was guarded. You just can't. Well, that should be on Smith Rivera. That's
Dickerson. It is Dickerson.
Yeah. You just can't guard any better. You got the best player, maybe. Derrickson. Maybe the best player in the country going downhill and drawing a foul in this kid here, Trimble. They guarded it, made him pull it back, just didn't come up with a loose ball, and he is not missing these, Mike.
Up 4 with 12.3 to go. Georgetown.